Hey there everybody, this is PotterBrony and welcome to another blind reaction of DeathBattle. This time we have Genos from One Punch Man versus War Machine from Marvel's Iron Man series. Yeah, you may have noticed that I don't have the previous DeathBattle of Jason versus Leonardo from Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles respectively. And that's a shame because I watched both those shows growing up and yeah, my freaking camera didn't record a damn thing. So that's just to let you know in case I get any questions, because I have gotten a few. Well, I have gotten one questioned once. Did you do that? No, I did, but I didn't, because it's not going to happen. I went through the entire thing and it didn't record a second of it. So that's to answer your question previously, which is a shame because, like I said, I watched both those shows, though I was disappointed at the result because I was far more of a Ninja Turtles fan than I was a Power Rangers fan, but Leonardo wasn't my favorite one anyway, so oh well. Anyway, moving on to the one we're here for, Genos versus War Machine. Now, I'm not sure who I think is going to win this one. I'm leaning towards Genos, mainly because the information that I have on both these characters is limited to the most popular stuff. It's like I never read the comic books. I've seen a couple of the Marvel shows, yes, in which a War Machine was featured, but largely my knowledge of him is limited to what is shown in the MCU. I don't know what else he has, stored away in that massive machine. As for Genos, never read the manga, but as far as I can see in what he's represented in the show, he's faster, stronger, and the machine is him, so there might be that too. All he has to do is get past War Machine's defenses and get into them, and then Rhodey is human. I mean, military, yes, but human. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. So right now I'm leaning towards Genos, but we'll see what they say, and yeah, let's take a look. As always, the links are in the description below. And the link is in the description below. I hope be sure to support the official release. And in 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, playing a game, I guess. The card and dice game. Alright, why not? Gave me like an anime feel, specifically Naruto.
Sometimes the most awesome heroes aren't born, they're made. Like when I got my shotgun leg.
Well, at least some heroes know what to do with their...
Now, if Genos was facing Tony Stark, I think Tony Stark would have won that one.
One Punch Man.
And War Machine, best friend and understudy to Marvel's Iron Man.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Not to say War Machine isn't packing some serious heat.
Armor and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
We'll see.
You ever think about how if there weren't so many villains blowing up fictional places, we wouldn't have so many awesome heroes?
Genos was a happy 15-year-old living a quiet life, until his family and town were obliterated by a deranged cyborg.
Thankfully, he was
too heavy to swim. Is that important?
And Genos had one request. He wanted to be a powerful cyborg too. Weird. I mean, I guess he really liked how the other cyborg violently murdered people.
No, this was a means
and his
for
family.
revenge. Genos set out on a walkabout of justice. Though it wouldn't be long until he found his match in the one and only Mosquito Girl.
This bug's making me pitch a tent, and not to keep her out, if you know what I mean.
Ew. Luckily, another hero stepped in to
We get the joke. And one shot at her.
It's the One Punch Man himself.
Understandably impressed, Genos asked that Saitama take him on as a student.
Caped Egghead here wasn't too excited about having a sidekick, but they eventually became buds.
The two were quite the dynamic duo. Genos in particular rose to fame thanks to his adoring fans.
Yeah, he's pretty popular with the ladies, obviously. No such luck for Baldy McPuncherson, though.
To improve his hero work, Genos received numerous upgrades and repairs from Dr. Kusino, the same man who turned him into a cyborg in the first place.
Mostly because he can't get out of a fight without something getting blasted off. He's got super durable armor over his entire body, and he can pop his limbs on and off like a friggin' lizard tail.
Genos' limbs and body are incredibly strong, able to easily defend against powerful attacks.
And the metal that makes up his body has been upgraded to protect against stuff like acid or heat, on top of them boosting his speed and overall power.
He has multiple niche upgrades as well, such as an adhesive he can spray from his heels to immobilize foes.
Talk about a sticky situation, right, Wiz? Well, he only needs to use the goop.
Yeah,
He hasn't
sure.
already noticed his opponents with his hyper sensors or weird cyborg eyes, which can zoom and enhance the most distant of evildoers. Dun dun.
His eye can see in infrared or track image signatures.
And it can shoot a blast of blinding light. Solar flare!
But there's far more weaponry across his body. Hidden blades, arm missiles, and electric shocks, just to name a few. With his rocket boosters, he moves faster than almost anyone. And he can even fly. Well, sort of.
You didn't even mention that his arms have freaking cannons in them.
These are his incinerators, powerful blasters of fire of which he can control the size of the resulting explosions.
And slapping both arms together makes the more powerful spiral incinerator blast. Then there's his
It's
ultra
impressive stuff.
incinerator. If only I had 2 shotgun legs, I could put both of them together for an ultra leg blast.
How would you even aim?
Oh, I mean, it's not that hard. All you do is first you lift one leg like this, and then you just lift the other one. Oh, God, I fell on my keys.
Anyway, the incredible
Yep.
energy of his Ultra Helix incinerator comes directly
Lynch
from a
World
power
reference.
core housed in his chest, which powers most of his tech.
But even with so much firepower, his physical attacks are awesome too. Like the time he
Yeah, that power core, there's a lot of similarities between the two, isn't there?
Hard in the teeth.
His incinerators are powerful enough to eradicate monsters, buildings, and even mountains.
By using the smallest mountain in the world as a reference, the size of the damage and the fact that he vaporized that thing makes it a feat worth 66 kilotons of TNT.
Not only is Genos
Impressive
strong,
stuff.
he's incredibly fast, moving faster than the human eye can see. He targeted and struck this city-destroying meteor rocketing through the sky.
And those big boys are no joke.
What big boys?
Meteors! Those things killed the dinosaurs.
Well, the fact that he was able to actually hit the big boy, not just target it, means he must have been
Yeah.
moving 200 times
Awkward to
faster
call it
than
that.
sound.
Genos is badass enough that he can survive getting hit with his own incinerator cannons, on top of managing to withstand getting crushed by mosquitoes. Like, a shit ton of them.
By measuring the size of that swarm, we deduced he's being crushed by 65 trillion mosquitoes, a combined weight of 350,000
Yeah, but they're not all focused
tons.
on him.
Please God, let me go.
They're spread out.
Anyway, but that.
While a skyscraper-sized bundle of bugs is impressive, Genos has also withstood a runaway train slamming into him.
Luckily, it didn't make a dent on his power core. Without that, he wouldn't be able to do pretty much anything.
Right, the power core is unfortunately the core of his weakness as well.
Oh, I was just about to do that one. Anyway, one time, Genos tried to use that core to self-destruct just to kill that annoying mosquito chick. Now, that might sound crazy to
not
you,
necessary.
but have you ever had to deal with 65 trillion mosquitoes all at once? I'd do it.
Regardless,
Well, he
Genos has
did it
shown
well
time and
until,
time again that he's a fierce
the
hero
boss.
to contend with.
Sure, he
Mosquito
hasn't
girl.
found his family's killer yet, but he has found a new family with Saitama and friends, and he'll keep getting stronger and stronger.
I will eliminate you. Stay right where you are.
Alright.
For some young boys like James Rhodes, joining the military seems the best way of making something of themselves.
And Rhodey fit right in with his knack for machinery. He got top marks in the army and became a pilot.
Eventually becoming an expert in aviation engineering and military combat. Then, on one fateful mission,
I keep
his
forgetting about
helicopter
him
was shot down.
in the first Iron Man movie.
Didn't look good, but then Iron Man showed up.
Turns out Rhodes wasn't the only one in trouble. Tony Stark was stranded without enough power for his suit and asked for his help. The two began an epic adventure that turned them into close friends. Rhodes stepped into the shoes of a superhero and became a man his younger self would be proud of.
And being Tony's best bud had some perks, like taking over as Iron Man sometimes. Who wouldn't jump into that suit at the first chance?
Next time, baby.
And eventually, Tony offered Rhodes a superpowered suit of his very own.
That's when regular old James Rhodes became War Machine. Oh yeah, it's like
A little differently in the movies, but
Rhodes had spent years trying to find his place in the world. As War Machine, he found a way to truly make something of himself.
He already had tons of combat experience from the army and a bit of PTSD, but you know, you win some, you lose some. He can do way more anyway. He is a multi-talented badass.
Tony has provided Rhodes with multiple War Machine suits throughout the years, each improving upon the one before it.
Oh, and these babies are a beautiful piece of work. Just look at all those weapons.
The suit is a
It is some
specialized
cool shit.
variation of the typical Iron Man armor, focusing more on firepower than tactics and maneuverability, clearly. Its alloy is composed of titanium and vibranium,
Hey, like Captain America's shield.
which means it's both extremely durable and light enough to fly at incredible speeds. Very important given the computers, life support systems, and other devices housed within the unit.
That's not even
Which you gotta
counting
have,
what
yeah.
Brody fights with. His fine-tuned rides got repulsor rays and a unibeam in the chest. And did I
Would have
mention
to.
guns, and more guns? Gotta look at that! Machine guns, Gatling guns, laser guns, flamethrowers, the works!
The suit can generate electromagnetic pulses, particle beams, and even drain energy from opponents.
Ah, this baby's so sweet, I felt inspired to upgrade some of my own arsenal, if you know what I mean.
I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
New gun! It was white when I bought it, but I accidentally washed it with my hat. So obviously, I'm
How
pretty
does
hyped
that
about
work?
the guns.
But, all right.
The armor has a lot of really cool other things too.
His most up-to-date suit includes incredible chameleon systems that allow him to not only become invisible, but intangible, bypassing scanners and phasing through walls.
You know, I could
Well-
really use that next time you try to stab me with a trident.
It was one time! And in the most dire of
Would still be
circumstances,
useful.
War Machine has a self-destruct function he can call upon to make sure his tech doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I mean, this work of art can scan for things like weird light and electromagnetic signals. But even if Rhodey doesn't see it coming, he can handle the craziest of attacks.
Not only has he been thrown through a mountain with enough force to cause an earthquake,
He survived getting nuked. You see the size of that crater? Compared to War Machine himself, this looks like the explosion was over 2.5 megatons of TNT.
and the suit is fast enough to fly
That's,
into orbit and
hell of a
up
hit.
into space.
Take that, Elon Musk! No, but please send me one of your flamethrowers. Sorry, not a flamethrower. I see you.
Given how it only takes War Machine about
it's
10
totally
seconds
not a
to exit the
flamethrower.
planet's orbit, and measuring the distance he's traveled, this puts him at flying speeds over Mach 620.
And while he may be speedy, Rhodey's also strong enough for his hits to be the first and last. He's lifted cars, thrown tanks, and tossed a dude so hard.
So
he
what was
destroyed a
Genos' speed? Did they say
spaceship.
that? I
Not to
forgot.
mention the fact that Tony created the War Machine suit to be on par with his own Iron Man suits.
And remember, Rhodey even acted as Iron Man for a while, so plenty of what Tony can do, he can do too, including the time Tony blew up a massive rock the size of Manhattan.
Of course, everything he's experienced as a superhero and in the army hasn't exactly been the best for his mental state, which has unfortunately left him with pretty drastic cases of PTSD and survivor's guilt, even sometimes feeling he's not worthy of the high-tech armor he wears.
But he'll push past it to rescue his friends as well as the rest of mankind. Time and time again, Rhodey's proven that Tony isn't the only armored Avenger. Also, did I mention the guns?
It is. Yep, very cool guns.
All right, the combatant. We've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, we'll tell you about him so you don't end up looking like One Punch
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by.
What's wrong with One Punch Man?
Hey guys, there's a company out there to help you
So,
look your
yeah,
best
I'm still
every day.
leaning
Yeah.
towards Genos,
Did you know
but
that
I guess we'll
66%
see,
of men
because
spend
I
most of
honest to
their
God
life
don't
each
know.
35?
They
I've done
both
research on
have
this
a
myself.
lot
Well,
behind them,
it's true
so
and terrifying.
But hymns can help. If your hair looks
the intangibility thing is a new one, so maybe
do something about it while you still can.
Grab this new year.
I mean,
by
if
the
you can't
collar.
touch 'em.
Here's to a year of personal growth with Hims prescription solutions backed by science.
And if you're as shy as Wiz here, it's perfect for you.
Yes, Hims knows some conversations are easier to have online than off. So, with them, you can connect to a real doctor online.
And should you be prescribed, it's shipped right to your front door.
Dive into 2020 hair first. Right now, get started with your first month free.
Go to forhims.com/deathbattle.
I mean, I don't need it.
An online consultation
but,
with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate.
Again, what's wrong with One Punch Man? Bald is beautiful. So,
Additional
there you go.
restrictions apply. See website for full details. And
He pulls it off.
Information.
Remember, that's forhims.com/deathbattle. But right now, it's time for a death battle.
Or it can be, unless you have a weird lumpy head. Just saying. How is that coffee even in the cup anymore?
Never a day to myself, huh?
Yeah, he's just training.
Hey there!
Will assume that.
Property is a serious offense, young man.
One more of you, huh? Come for vengeance? I'll turn you to scrap!
Looks good. Oh, the power drain thing.
A little hot-headed, are we?
Well, as far as he knows, it's a cyborg that killed his parents, so. Ask questions later, I guess, is.
Say cheese.
Lost an arm and a couple legs.
Need a hand?
I already have one!
Gotta reattach.
I don't fall apart that easy.
Anymore. You used to require a visit to the doctor to get that fixed up.
I guess he ran off. That suit was ugly anyway.
Ugly! This is my Sunday best!
Alright, so you think of it as a suit. He's got Dragon Ball Z up in here. Yeah, it takes a lot more than just fire. Alright, I'm thinking War Machine might take this one now.
Come on! Die already! Not yet! I'm taking you with me!
Sorry it had to be this way.
He withstood it.
To me.
You got it.
Ouch.
Well, looks like Genos
All right,
is Genos
fair enough.
Lord.
Genos
Let's hear
was
the-
certainly a serious threat in the field of battle. However, Rhodes held a solid advantage in many different aspects.
He's had years of training in the military.
Experience,
even
one,
before
yes,
becoming
fair
a
enough.
superhero, which means he's been doing this for way longer.
Stratagems aside, let's compare their power output. At his best, Genos had kicked the Elder Centipede backward.
Which was freaking huge.
According to an interview with a One Punch Man manga illustrator, Elder Centipede's body measures 15 meters wide. With that and scaling to its surroundings, we determined its full size to be over 700 meters long. The force to
Well,
knock aside
yeah, that's
something
pretty
this
damn
large
big.
would have to be over 15 megatons of TNT.
But War Machine's got the edge over that. Remember the giant rock that was the size of Manhattan?
Taking the square footage of Manhattan and the height of the rock, we found that the energy it would take to shatter a rock of this size comes out to over 280 teratons of TNT.
Just a little bit more.
Genos knocking around
Yeah.
the big bug. War Machine's orbit-breaking flying speed proves he's a lot quicker too. But even if he could get a hit in,
Alright,
Genos
so he
has
does
no
have the
way to
speed
counter
advantage on him.
Rudy's energy-draining tech and Ghost Chameleon mode.
Genos was certainly a powerful contender, but War Machine's overwhelming firepower and high-tech abilities were just too much for the teenage cyborg.
Yeah, War Machine was on the road to victory.
The winner is War Machine.
Alright, fair enough.
Thank you for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you want the battle music for yourself, you can find it linked in the
So like I said, I don't know that much because I don't read the comics. I didn't know all that like intangible and invisible stuff. Next time. Fairy Tale. And I'm not sure. Gray versus... Wait, what was that again? Gray versus Esdeath. Fairy Tale. A comic got killed. I've seen parts of Fairy Tale. Recognize that as I've never seen the other one, so that'll be interesting. So all I know about Gray is he's an ice magician. Pretty powerful one, but don't know the specifics like a lot. Like I stopped watching. How far into it? I'll have to pick it up again sometime. Anyway, so that was Genos versus War Machine, and fair enough. With what I don't know, went into it thinking that Genos would definitely have the edge, but War Machine, with speed, strength, and experience, fair, yeah, understandable. So that was Death Battle. I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that, but I'm going to end this one here. Until next time. Take care.